Hi, and thanks for checking out this preview of music to be offered in worship this Sunday, January 30th, at Third Presbyterian Church. Though we're still in live stream only mode, we have some wonderful pieces to support the theme of the service, which centers on love. The scripture readings include the well-known love passage from 1 Corinthians and the words of Jesus from the Gospel of Luke after preaching in the temple, being challenged for what he spoke and essentially run out of town. The hymns for the day include For the Beauty of the Earth, which speaks of love both human and divine, and Though I May Speak, sung to the tune O Wally Wally, or The Water is Wide, which is a paraphrase of the Corinthians passage. The choral scholars will offer two pieces. The first is a warm and lovely setting by John Rudder of a 15th century text, Thy Perfect Love. And at the offering, they'll sing a bold and dramatic setting of Psalm 117 by contemporary American composer Aaron David Miller, who studied organ and composition at the Eastman School and now serves as organist at the House of Hope Presbyterian Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. He's also a prolific composer with works in many genres and a fantastic improviser at the organ. First comes a recording of our chancel choir singing the Rudder Anthem, and that'll be followed by excerpts from Laudate Dominum by Aaron David Miller. We'll have a special musical guest this Sunday as well, someone who's been a member of Third Church for many decades. Cellist Kathy Kemp will join me for the prelude. In addition to her many musical contributions to worship at Third over the years and her teaching at the Hochstein School, Kathy's in the midst of completing her 50th season associated with the Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra. Together, we'll offer a lovely piece by Camille Saint-Saëns, Prière, or Prayer. Here's a brief excerpt to whet your appetite. For the postlude, I'll offer probably the first piece of Bach that I ever heard and aspired to learn after hearing it on a recording by Virgil Fox when I was around the age of 4 or 5. The LP of the Fugue in G minor got played pretty much non-stop at my request, and I remember hearing the piece on television later when Leonard Bernstein featured it in performances on organ, on synthesizer, and by symphony orchestra on one of his legendary Young People's Concerts broadcasts. After taking organ lessons for several years, I was thrilled when in 6th grade my teacher said I was ready to learn the Fugue in G minor, nicknamed the Little. Here it is from a practice session earlier this week. Thanks for watching, and I hope that this and other worship previews continue to enhance your understanding and experience of worship at Third Church. This will be my last preview for a few months as I begin a 3-month sabbatical next week. My colleague James Keeley will be leading the choir in my absence and will be quite busy, so these previews will be done just a few times while I'm away. You can look forward to installments done by James about once a month coming up. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to continuing these as time goes on. Until next time.